Welcome students. In this class we will be learning how to add and subtract integers. Now foremost you have to know what is an integer. Now integers are numbers which are actually from 0, 1, 2, 3 and it goes up to infinity. This quantity is called as infinity. And on the left, it also goes to negative infinity. So it's going to be 0, -1, -2, -3, -4, and it goes up to negative infinity. So this is an infinite set. We call it as an infinite set because you cannot know how many numbers are there because it is stretching from negative infinity to infinity, and we call this by means of a letter Z or Z. So this is what you have to know when it comes to adding and subtracting integers. So we are actually talking about numbers in this fashion. Now if you are given say 8 to be added with 7, now what we need to do is we need to draw a line like this. Now this is called the number line. So we need to draw this line first, and then we need to make sure that we have this number featured. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from 0. So let me have 0 here. So this on this side I'm going to have -1, so I don't want to stretch anything further because I'm adding two numbers which are positive. So these two numbers are called as positive numbers. Why they are positive? Because they have the sign plus before 7 and there is also a plus before 8. We either call it as plus, the sign is called as plus, or you can simply say positive sign. So having mentioned that, make sure that you have the number 8 on the number line. So I am starting from 0. Actually I have placed -1 just to show that we are dealing with integers. And after 0 comes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 is already there, and let me stretch it further. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and so on it goes. So we are starting at 8. So this is the point we are starting. Now whenever we have to add, we move towards the right side. So this is to add quantities. If you want to subtract, you move towards the left. So if you want to subtract something, you move towards the left. So I'm starting with 8. I need to add 7. So count 7 from the right. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you have landed up here. What is the number you see? 15. So that is the answer. That's all. That's all you need to do. So suppose someone is saying, come on, show me how to add 5 with say 9. What do you need to do? Look for 5 on the number line. So I'm placing a box here just to identify. Now from 5 you have to count 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is where you land up. Now what is the number you see? 14. That's the answer. Now someone is asking, okay, I want you to add 3 with 11. So what should be the answer? What do you need to do? Go and look for the number 3. So I have located the number 3. So from 3 you got to add or count until you reach the number 11. So you need to count 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So what is the number you have arrived at? 14. So this is what is the solution. So again we have obtained 14. So someone is asking, come on, I take number 17 and you have to add to 17 4. Now go and look for the number 17 on the number line. So 17 is here, but I don't have 4 numbers to the right of 17. So what you need to do, go and stretch the number line. So let me stretch the number line and place the number. So I've landed up till 18. So move the number line. So 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and so on. So I don't need much here because I need just 4 numbers here. So from 17, I've got 17 here. 17 is over here. From 17, I need to add 4 numbers. So count 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So where do I land up? I land up at number 21. That's it. So this is how we use the number line. So what exactly we have used? We have used this number line to add numbers. So what I want you to do is, I want you to try the following addition. So I want you to do this. This is your exercise. So you need to do this. Question 1, 3 added with 10. So draw the number line. Start with 3, count up to 10 and give me the result. Question 2, 2 added with 7. Question 3, 5 added with 12. Question number 4, 8 added with 19. So you got to draw the number line. And question number 5, 6 added with 5. So in each of the cases, all you need to do is draw the number line and locate the point and count up to you have 10 counted numbers and place the answer for the first case. So that is how you do it. So we will move on to the next topic, students. Now students, we are going to learn subtraction. So suppose you got something like this, say negative 5 plus 3. Now what we are actually doing here is we are adding negative 5 with 3. You can also say that to negative 5 you're adding positive 3. So as usual, what you need to do is you have to draw the number line. So I'm starting over here. So let me just start. So 0. This side is positive 1, positive 2, positive 3, positive 4. It goes on. Positive 5 to positive infinity. On the left it's negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6, negative 7, negative 8, negative 9, negative 10, negative 11, negative 12. So you got a number line there. Now negative 5, go and look for negative 5. So on the number line I see negative 5 over here. Now I already mentioned, if you want to add a quantity, you should always move towards the right. If you want to subtract a quantity, always move towards the left. So this is to subtract and this is to add. Now I got negative 5. To negative 5 I'm actually adding positive 3. So count 3 from the right side of negative 5. So that's going to be 1, 2 and 3. So where did you land? You land at negative 2. So the solution for this is equal to negative 2 using the number line. Okay, next question. Suppose they are asking us to find what is negative 3 added with positive 6. So what would the solution be? Now go and look for -3 on the number line. Where is it? It's over here. Count 6 units. When I say units, it means numbers. So I can either call it as units or numbers. So count 6 units starting from -3. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So where did we land? We landed at +3. So the solution for this is going to be +3. Now, having explained to you how to add using number line, I want to give you a tip. Now, what is this tip? The tip is, make it a habit to place the sign before the number after you perform the addition. Now, why is it important? Because in mathematics, signs, they are very, very crucial and critical. Now, as you move on, you will understand why signs are very important. Now, I placed +3. Now, +3 is totally different from -3. +3 is different from -3. And at times, if you fail to place a negative sign, the solution is going to be marked as incorrect or marked as wrong. So make a habit of placing the sign whenever you complete the subtraction, because in addition, even if you don't place a sign, it is okay, but in subtraction, signs are very important. Okay, now having mentioned that, now what is the tip I wanted to give you? Always the sign of this outcome will carry the sign of the largest number that has been used in performing the operation subtraction. So in this case, the sign of 6 is positive, so that's why the outcome will always have a positive sign. Now in the previous case, the sign of the number 5 is negative. So after you have added, in fact every subtraction is actually an addition also, but it is alright to use the terms interchangeable. So that means you can also say that -5 is added to +3. It is perfectly fine. So in this case, what happens? You're actually having a number 5 with a sign negative, and that 5 is greater than 3. So that's why when we have the result 2, we place the sign of 2 to be negative, which is apparently the sign of 5, which is the larger number of the given two numbers. Now say for example you have, say, -1. I'm giving you a next question. Say -1 is added with, say, 0. So from -1 you will have to add 0. So what is the result? You will have to count from -1 0 units. So where do you go? You stay right there. You don't go anywhere. So the outcome is going to be -1. Now the sign of 1 over here is negative, so that's the reason the solution is -1 there. Now what if someone wants to add -7 with, say, +5? So what would be the outcome? So go to -7, look for -7. I have -7 over here. From here you're adding 5, so it's always on the right side. So count 5 units on the right. So it's going to be, we are over here at -7, we are counting 5 units on the right. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So where did we land? Oh, we landed up at -2. So why do I place negative sign? Because the sign of number 7 is negative, so the outcome will always carry the sign of the greater number. So that's why I've got -2 there. Now what if I'm adding -7 and -4, right? So when I said adding, you might look and ask me why there is no addition sign, still you are saying that you're adding. Actually, I can always rewrite negative 7, negative 4 as negative 7 positive of negative 4. You see that there is a presence of the addition sign over here. This is actually possible and it's acceptable. Why is it acceptable? Because I have placed a bracket. You can call this as a bracket or you can call it as parenthesis. So you can call it as parenthesis or you can call it as a bracket. Right? Now before the bracket there is a positive sign. So positive times negative will always give you a negative. So it's going to be negative 4 and you have a negative 7 there. So that's why I said you are actually performing an addition, because negative 7, negative 4 is indeed negative 7 positive of negative 4. So this is the way you can also write it. But anyway, this is just a tip for you. So this is a tip for your understanding. But we are going to move ahead with performing negative 7 minus negative. In other words, minus 7 minus 4 you can say, or you can say negative 7 negative 4. So you're going to find out what happens to the result of this. So what you need to do, you need to go to negative 7. I told you whenever you are subtracting, a subtraction is taking place here, you got to move towards the left. So count 4 units. So from here count 4 units, 1 2 3 4. So where do you land up? You land up at negative 11. So place the point negative 11. So that is the solution for this question. So let me give you another question. So I want you to add, say, negative 3 with negative 8. So what would happen? In other words, what would happen when you have something like this? Negative 3 minus 8 or negative 3 negative 8. So what would the outcome be? So you are subtracting 8 from negative 3. So meaning is just from negative 3 you're subtracting negative 8. So you got to move towards the left. So where is negative 3? Negative 3 is over here. From negative 3 you got to take away negative 8. So what should you do? You got to count 8 units to the left. So it's going to be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So you land up at negative 11. So whenever you have two negative signs, actually you can simply add it up and place the negative sign. So that is one of the ways you can also perform the addition. Now when you are having issues like this, a plus of minus 2, this is actually minus 2. The reason is I'm multiplying plus with minus, so the outcome is going to be minus. So you need to know the sign convention also. When we are doing multiplication, you need to know the sign convention. So what exactly does the sign convention means? It means if you have a positive sign and you are multiplying with another positive sign, this is a multiplication symbol. You are multiplying a positive with a positive, you are going to get a positive sign. You are multiplying a positive with a negative, you are going to get a negative sign. You are multiplying a negative with a positive sign, you are going to get a negative sign. You are multiplying a negative with a negative sign, you are always going to get a positive sign. So this is some important sign convention that you will have to know. Now, okay, having mentioned this, let me give you some exercise for you to try it on. I want you to add negative 8 plus 4. You have to give me the solution for this. You can use the number line to get the answer. Negative 11 with negative 12. Question 3, negative 5 with positive 4. And question 4, negative 9, positive 9. And question 5, negative 6, positive 10. So this is one set. And we also did negative, two negatives, right? Two negatives. So I also want you all to try this exercise 2, exercise 1 and 2. So for 1, I want you to find out what happens when negative 5 is subtracted with negative 5, negative 7 subtracted with negative 8, negative 11 subtracted with negative 11, negative 10 subtracted with negative 10, and question 5, negative 9 subtracted with negative 12. So you can work out these questions and give the solution, students. So students, we are given this question, we are asked to evaluate. So how do we do this? Now you got negative 6 added with 4 added with 9. So this is a little bit bigger expression. So for this, what we do is we would adopt the technique called as grouping. So what does that mean? It means you take two quantities at a time and then add them up, and then when you get the result, take that result and then you add that result with this quantity. So you're free to group in whichever fashion that you want. Now I'm going to be grouping negative 6 with 4. So foremost, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the most famous number line, and I would start with say 0 and place the quantities 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. On the left, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, and so on. It goes on. We got negative 6, so look for negative 6 first. So this is negative 6. From here we are adding 4 units, so we have to move towards the right. So count 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we are negative 2. So that's it. So we have got negative 2 here. Now from negative 2 we have to add positive 9. So we are moving towards the right side. So count 9 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we got 7. So the solution for this is 7. And is it positive 7? Yes, it's positive 7. So that's the solution. So this is a simple way, using the number line, we can obtain the solution. Now what if they have given you something like this, say negative 7, positive, say positive 6, and then positive of negative 5. They're giving you like this. Now you see this is a parenthesis, right? So as I mentioned to you in the earlier case, if they give you like this, the understanding is you have to multiply with the sign that is present before. So you got a positive sign multiplied with a negative sign, and that is going to give you a negative sign. So that is the meaning of it. So if you were to rewrite this, this is going to be negative 7, positive 6, negative 5. So this is exactly what they want to give you, but they have given you like this so that it's a little bit confusing. So we have got this. So now we need to use the number line and perform the evaluation. So go to negative 7, look for negative 7. So I've got negative 7 here. To negative 7, add 6 units. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've reached here. When we are moving, it should be addition. When you're moving towards the right, it's addition. When we are moving towards the left, it's subtraction. So from the outcome, we are subtracting 5. So subtraction means I go towards the left. So 5 units, count 5 units towards the left now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So where do I land up? I land up at negative 6. So this is the point I land up. So the outcome is going to be negative 6. So that's the solution. So let me move on to another question. Say I need to know what is negative 8, negative 2, and negative 5. So I need to know the result of this. So what should we do? We got negative, negative, negative. So go look for negative 8. I've got negative 8 over here. From negative 8, I need to move towards the left because it's negative 2. So what do I do? Let me stretch this number line. So negative 9 is here, negative 10, negative 11. So negative 8, negative 2. So I move towards the left. So count 2 units. So it's going to be 1 and 2. So I have landed up at negative 10. So from negative 10, again I have a subtraction of 5 units. So I need to move 5 units. So what I need to do is I have to move. So let me just draw the line here. So I've got negative 10 here. I've landed up at negative 10. And I have to move 5 units. So from negative 10, so let me just reiterate one more time. From negative 8, negative 2. So count 2 units towards the left. So it's going to be 1 and 2. I'm over here. From here I need to subtract 5 units. So it's going to be towards the left. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've landed up here. So this is my point. So the solution is going to be negative 15. So this is using the number line, and we have achieved the result. So now I want you to try the following questions out. So question 1, negative 7, negative 5, positive 2, negative 5, negative 6, positive 5. So you have to provide the result, right? So question 3, negative 8, negative 9, negative 8. Question 4, negative 3, negative 2, and positive 1. This is 9. Question 5, negative 5, negative 6, and negative 11. So having obtained this, having given you this, I want to also give you another set. Question number 1, minus 2 plus of minus 3 plus 3. So what is that going to be? So minus 5 minus of plus 4 plus 5. What is that equal to? So question 3, minus 4 minus of minus 3 minus 6 equal to what? So in this case, this is actually positive 3. Minus into minus is positive. So they don't want you to get away with it easily. So they have given you an expression of this fashion. What if they have given you like this? Minus of minus 4, positive of minus 2, and minus of minus 3. What would you do in this case? So try that out. And last question, negative 8, negative 5, negative of positive 4. What is that going to be? So remember the sign and the law of signs. So students, this completes our chapter on adding and subtracting integers using the number line method.